Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Behind the Velvet Rope, educational podcast about the strip club industry. And today we're going to talk about music. Music gets people emotional, gets people fired up, keeps the energy up in your bar. And in strip clubs, music is important. Now, there's a lot of different philosophies on it, so people's feelings get hurt. But basically, I'm going to give you my opinion on music. If you're a DJ in a club, keep to the format. The ownership has set their format. That's where they want the music. If they say no songs less than 3 minutes or no rap or no country or whatever, run their playbook. They're running it. But customer request, of course, that's going to happen. You got to do it if it's a good request. But you got to use judgment. I don't care if they offer you $100 to hear a song, but it doesn't fit your format and it's going to kill your room with 100 people sitting out there. Don't play it. Don't be tempted. Don't. I mean, music request, club comes first. That's your first format. What the dancer wants comes second. Some clubs let dancers pick, some do not. And part of the reason clubs don't let dancers pick is, do you really want a 20-year-old girl affecting your business in a environment like that? Because that's what it comes down to. What she may love in her car doesn't translate to your demographic in the club. So let her listen to what she wants on her own time. At the club, you're doing what the club's format is. That might be EDM, that might be techno, that might be rap, top 40 R&B, rock, dubstep, you name it. Most clubs have a wide open format. Some urban clubs have just the rap and top 40 music format, and some have just a rock format. There's not very many of them, but there are clubs that have just the rock format. Andrew's already peeing down his leg, waiting to see music is people emotional.
It's very subjective.
It is absolutely subjective.
The key thing about it is so subjective. Music is, but the key thing I wanted to say was that for me, I'm much older than half those dancers that were there.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
are you?
Yeah.
The club owners are much older, and your clientele half the time are half our age, and they're more in tune with what's going on out in the world.
Maybe, but here's the deal.
I always take a beat, opinion, suggestion.
I'll take suggestions, but we're not here to educate the crowd musically.
To get to for her songs, and then I'd go home. I wouldn't necessarily play exactly what she wanted that night, but I'd go home and I'd do a whole bunch of research on YouTube looking for music and try and find something that compromises, something we can work with.
Well, all good DJs are like a human Pandora. If you like this, you might like that, and that's good. But like I say, DJs, the mistake they make, a lot of DJs, even veterans have been doing it a long time, we're not there to educate the crowd. Ooh, check out this check out this new song. No, we're there to entertain the crowd with music they're kind of going to react to, and it's going to make the dancer happy and make her make money, which is still the bottom line. Tips on that stage, private dances, things like that.
Technically, your bottom line is to make the club money.
Yes, absolutely. And if they stay in the building because they like the music.
But we also want to make ourselves money, so we are definitely going to make the girls money, because really, if you actually think about it, once you start with making those girls money, they end up making you money. Guess what else happens? Makes the bar money, because they're going to go up to the bar, they're going to order drinks, they're going to get more ones.
It's true, but we've both worked at bars where you had barfly regulars that would request stupid songs because they thought it was funny. Just because they think something's funny doesn't mean the other 50 people in the room are going to like it. You got to say no.
What's the one song he always wanted? A lap dance is better when the stripper.
And I've always refused. Yes. My first thing when I started the bar was because this regular customer at a bar that Andrew and I both worked at had his own freaking music folder. My first thing I did was I deleted it. I looked through it and deleted it and killed it. And I made him watch me delete it too. So
I built that.
I'm like, but you can't let the inmates run the asylum. That's the way it works. You are in control of the music, and you're running the playbook.
I only built it because I was on the day shift for what?
Even on day shift.
For 2 years. For 2 years.
Even on day shift, man.
And he would come in every day. And I'd get $20 and she'd get like $50.
Yeah, but there still is a line. You don't play certain songs, especially if it doesn't match the format, just to make one old alcoholic at the end of the bar happy.
If he's the only one in there, I don't care. I'm playing what he wanted.
See, I don't want some guy walking in to hear it. I mean, and half the clubs have speakers outside now anyway. So, I mean, music, like I say, it's emotional. It's subjective. I've had 100 times in my career or more, I've had girls go, play me something cool. Well, that's a subjective phrase. So you hit play, and she's like, what's this? And even if the crowd's reacting, and that's the other thing. Young dancers all think they have to feel the music, even though they use the same 6 moves over and over, no matter what you play. I have to feel it. Feel it in your car, Barbie.
Man, if I had a nickel for every time I heard that,
you'd have 50 cents.
No, man.
No, you'd have a lot more than that.
I'd be a multi-billionaire.
There you go. But no, I mean, music, like it's a tool. It is like a construction worker's hammer and nails in his toolbox. Music is a tool. That's what it's for. I've had customers come up and want to hear the most depressing, horrible, slow song in the world, and you're like, there's everybody else's partying. You're the one going through a divorce. Nobody wants to hear that.
You know what else they don't care about? The fact of what we used to have to do when we had our music to do. Mm-hmm. We didn't have digital files.
Oh yeah, we had to have it.
We had to physically, tangibly have it. I had a huge binder of CDs. I'm just that old.
Yeah, every DJ that
Kevin over here had like three or four crates of actual records.
I had actual records when I started this, and you had to have the record, and you weren't going to buy the record if there wasn't 4 tracks on the album you could use and a girl that you knew was going to dance to that knew how to tip. Otherwise, you were going to leave that record sitting right in your local record store. But now, the computer age, everything's, but that's not necessarily a good thing because thanks to Spotify, you have access to everything. But that doesn't mean you have to use everything.
Or play it.
Yeah, again, it comes down to when you're taking requests, the club's format comes first. The dancer, you want her to like it. And finally, if you're getting tipped, and believe me, DJs live and die by the tip. If you come up and ask for a song and you hear the phrase, hey, I'll put it on my list, that means if somebody actually dances to it, maybe they'll play it later. But if you hand them $10 or $20, you might be hearing it next. So that works. Bribe your people. And, here's another thing about music. We do hear the same music over and over and over in the clubs. And if you're a staff member, bartender, waitress, they're going to complain about that. But you got to not fall into that trap. It's like a Broadway play. We hear it over and over and over.
Speaking of Broadway, there's one song that, I just never want to hear again.
Na, 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 na,
Stop it! It's blasphemy!
Yeah, I know. Sinatra can burn in hell, and so can that song.
Oh.
Yes, we worked for the same bar once. But here's the deal.
Gremlins.
Music. We hear it all the time, but it's a Broadway play. The bartender, I don't care if my bartender's bored with that song. The crowd doesn't hear the song every day. And if they hear the song every day, they have a fetish. They're a barfly regular. They don't care about the music. They're going to smile and nod because the bartender's cute, and they're going, oh, yeah, you're right. We hear this a lot. But here's the thing. Stick to the format and let people get over the fact that we're going to hear some of the music every day. Yeah, you slowly introduce new music if it's a good new song, but you got to raise the bar on what a good song is. Just because it's brand new Kevin Gates doesn't mean it's good. After his first 3 albums, pretty much everything sounds the same. He's got some great music, but not all of it's for the club. Some of it's for listening in your car.
Yeah, there's also the same rap style going around. Migos started it, then everybody picked up on it. And
oh, dear, yes.
Yeah, we're going to get into that.
But, here's the deal. You got to keep your own personal taste as a DJ out of it. I probably don't like 85% of the music I play at work.
I couldn't stand it.
I'm aiming for the crowd. I'm aiming for the girls, and that's the format. You know what I tell everybody? I listen to what I want to hear in my car, too. That's the way that one works.
Amen on that. Amen.
I mean, yeah. And granted, I listen to podcasts and music and comedy in the car, but I don't listen to music I'd ever play at the bar.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
There was one thing that I'll take from one of our managers that we had over there. He always said, play for the person that's not here yet but is coming through the door, who may come through the door.
That is good advice.
That's what he always said, and I kind of took that to heart.
That's a riff off the don't play for the crowd you have, play for the crowd you want, which is also a thing. And that brings me to music as crowd control. Mm-hmm. That's another reason you don't break your format, because they've already gone and done the research at the club. They know the demographic they're aiming for. So that's who you play for. Because nowadays a lot of bars let these 18, 19, 20-year-old kids in. They don't spin the way guys that are 35 to 55 do, so you don't aim at them musically. They're lucky we're even letting them in the door, frankly.
Yeah, and so you said crowd control was your next point?
It is crowd control via music.
Yeah, right. So I guess the way that we did it was through our hourly Frank.
Oh yeah, that and every club that does a roll call has theme music or whatever they play, and they play it on the hour, and the staff gets to the point where it makes them break out in hives. Our Sinatra, New York. I mean, I still have bad dreams about that song. And it did. It tanked the energy in the building every time. Most good clubs, including the one I'm with now, we play upbeat music to announce that, hey, it's a roll call. It's 2-for-1 private dancers. Whatever you're announcing, you don't play something sad that made you want to hang yourself in the 1950s. You do it that way musically, but music, it's like I say, it is always subjective. And yes, I'm an opinionated dick when it comes to music. Every DJ that's been doing it for a long time is. And we're going to do another music podcast on this as well, I guarantee.
We're going to have to.
If you've got questions or comments, please put them in the comments. I'm Kevin. It's Behind the Velvet Rope. Please like and subscribe. Class dismissed.